नमस्ते। ओम नमः शिवाय। गुरु बिन ज्ञान नहीं. And this is what Sanatan Dharma says. Not just Sanatan Dharma, the Eastern philosophy. All your Eastern religions, Buddhism, Jainism, they all say that it is necessary to have a guru in order to get knowledge. So, our today's topic is that is guru necessary when you are on a spiritual path, when you are in a spiritual journey, how important it is to have a guru. And here I'm not talking about the universal guru that all of us have, and which is the Google guru. Yes, Google guru has become an universal guru which all of us use. Jokes apart, we are going to, you know, uh, not just talk about the journey, but try to learn from their journeys, the journeys of some of the revered masters and gurus that India has produced. And let's see how they started their spiritual journey and how they reached the truth so that we can get to some conclusion that how important it is to have a guru in your spiritual journey. Because when people start their spiritual journey, the first thing that they look for is a guru. See, it is natural for you to look for guidance, especially on this path, which is the path to an unknown, the path to where there is no destination and it is just a journey. So it is natural for you to feel that you are lost and you need a guidance. But before I start this session, I want to remind all of you, all those who are watching this video, that your real guru, the biggest guru, is right there within you. The biggest knowledge that you are seeking, the biggest truth that you are seeking, the wisdom that you are seeking, the God that you are seeking, Shiva that you are seeking, Shakti that you are seeking, are all there within you. And any true guru, I have huge respect for some of the revered gurus that India has produced, and with utmost of respect towards them, I'm saying that the biggest guru is right there within you, which is your soul. And that soul takes you to the supreme soul. All the knowledge, all the wisdom is within you. And any true guru, if you, if with the grace of God, if you find out a true guru in today's world, unfortunately, in today's world, it is very difficult to find. I'm not saying it's impossible. And I do believe that there are some very, you know, enlightened masters in India or in this world. And they are probably away from everyone's eyes. But it is very difficult to reach to them without the grace of God. But even if you reach to them, they will tell you to seek the Guru within you. You know, we all know Buddha in the contemporary times in the last 2500 years. Uh, if there's one man who has changed the way people look at spirituality, the way people look at the knowledge, the truth, we must say that Buddha has been able to capture the imagination of large part of this world. This world, for whatever reasons, has been mesmerized by Buddha's philosophy. And when he started his journey as Siddharth, when he started his journey, he hopped from one guru to another. He changed multiple gurus. And finally, he reached to this realization that none of them have any answers to the questions that he's seeking. So none of those gurus were able to satisfy his quest. Yes, you can, in today's language, we can say that he went for a spiritual shopping from one to another. And it's absolutely okay. Because if you are not able to satisfy your quest, that means that you are not at the right place. So it reached to a point where Buddha decided that I will myself have to walk this path. I will have to find out the answers on my own. So this is one example where Buddha tried. He desperately looked for gurus, but he wasn't satisfied with any of them. Now, let's start from Lord Vishnu's most prominent three of his human incarnations. Let's start from their journey. Parshuram. Now, Parshuram was the Vishnu's sixth incarnation. And who was Parshuram's guru? Parshuram's guru was his own father. Yes, his first guru was his own father. And father, by the way, is every child's father or mother are considered to be your first guru. Your first spiritual guru are your parents because that's from where you get your sanskar, your values. And Parshuram's guru was Shiva himself. Parshuram, being Lord Vishnu's incarnation, had Lord Shiva as his guru. Then comes Ram, Vishnu's seventh incarnation. Now, who was Sri Ram's guru? Now, Sri Ram had multiple gurus in his journey, from Guru Vashisht to Guru Rishi Vishwamitra. And then, when he went on that 14 years of exile, he met so many gurus. He met so many gurus during those 14 years of his exile. He met Rishi Bharadwaj, he met Ma Ansuya, so multiple gurus. And he gained knowledge, not just the wisdom, but also in those times, the Shastra knowledge, the knowledge of weapons. So, so Sri Ram had multiple gurus in his journey. Now, coming to Sri Krishna, Vishnu's eighth incarnation, apparently there is not much information on Sri Krishna's gurus. There is only one guru, which is mentioned in Mahabharat, Guru Sandipani, where Krishna and Balram both were in Guru Sandipani's ashram, but not much is known about Sri Krishna's gurus. So it's generally believed that Sri Krishna, being a Sampurna avatar, that we believe, that Hindus believe that Sri Krishna, being a Sampurna avatar, he probably didn't need any guru. Now, come, let's talk about the founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak. He didn't have any guru. Guru Nanak believed in one, which he said, Om, Ek Omkar, which is one God, the formless Shiva, the formless Nirakar, Sakar, Bhagwan. And Guru Nanak, I mean, one of the most enlightened gurus, the founder of Sikhism, he had no guru. Mirabai, she had no guru. She reached Krishna without having a guru. Then, not many people know about, uh, just like how Guru Nanak and Mirabai were very important historical figures the last 500 years, especially because they were part of the Bhakti movement, which uh, which which actually changed how India looked at spirituality. But the Bhakti movement actually started way back in 8th century from Tamil Nadu, and there were 51 saints, the Nyanyars and Alvars. And Nyanyars were Shiva's devotees, and Alvars were Vishnu's devotees, and they were saints. They were known as Tamil saints. So there is this Periyam Puranam, which is a Tamil Puran, which talks about especially Shiva devotees' journey, and the Bhakti movement started from there. In fact, in that Puran, it is mentioned that eight saints out of those 51, so I think eight, either eight or nine, eight or nine of them reached the state of Shiva. You may call them, that, you may call them enlightened. You may say that they they reached the state of Shiva, or they had that divine vision of Shiva, whatever you may want to believe. And they had, all of them had no guru. All of them had no guru. Now, in contemporary times, one of the, I mean, highly respected. I have very high respect for Sri Ramana Maharishi. Now, Ramana Maharishi reached the state of enlightenment on his own through a death like experience at the age of 16. I think in my previous video also I have mentioned about Sri Ramana Maharishi's journey, where he reached the state of enlightenment with death like experience at the age of 16. And the place where he got enlightened, he lived all his life at that place. He never moved out of that place, and he considered that particular hill where he got enlightened as Shiva, as his guru. And he never felt the need of any guru. In fact, during his lessons, he mentioned that he never read any of the scriptures. He never read any of the scriptures. Maybe after he got enlightened, um, he probably read one or two scriptures only to see whether what he's experiencing is what the scriptures say. But otherwise, his teaching was only one: go within you. To find out the truth, go within you. Silence. His teaching was only one: silence. Who am I? That was his one biggest teaching. Who am I? To find out I, go within you. He had no guru. Then Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, who is rightly so credited with taking Hinduism to the world. His famous speech at Chicago introduced Hinduism to the wider Western audience. He he had a guru, and a very revered one, Ramakrishna Paramhans. Who doesn't know about Ramakrishna Paramhans? So Swami Vivekanand had a guru in Ramakrishna Paramhans. But Ramakrishna Paramhans himself, he was a devotee of Kali, Ma Kali, and he didn't have any guru. Although he considered his wife, who was also a saint, Ma Sharda Devi, as his mentor, but he didn't have any guru. Then another one I want to mention is Paramhans Yoganand. Who doesn't know about this revered yogi? I mean, if there is one yogi in physical form, I've been in awe of Sri Paramhans Yoganand. His journey, his autobiography of yogi. I'm sure many of you have read. Now he comes from a lineage of gurus. His guru was Yukteswar Giri. Then his guru's guru was Lehriya Masya. Then Lehriya Masya's guru was Maha Avatar Babaji. You may have read or heard about Maha Avatar Babaji, the deathless guru. He is considered as a deathless guru. Um, some have actually mentioned in their autobiographies, not just Paramhans Yoganand has mentioned about Mahavatar Babaji, and some other people have also mentioned about Mahavatar Babaji that he's been there since 2000 years and he's still living in Himalayas. And so he earned the title of Deathless Guru. Paramhans Yoganand comes from a lineage of gurus. But I want to tell you all that Paramhans Yoganand's guru, Yukteswar Guru Yukteswar Giri, when he was preparing Paramhans Yoganand, when Paramhans Yoganand joined Yukteswar Giri's ashram, so his guru actually told him that your role is to go to the West, to go to America and spread the Sanatan knowledge, spread the knowledge of yoga. So Paramhans Yoganand was the first one to travel to America in 1920 and introduce yoga to America, especially Kriya Yoga, which is part of Raj Yoga, Dhyan Yoga. So Yukteswar Giri actually uh, told Paramhans Yoganand ji that your role is to be away from me and your role is in America. And when once Paramhans Yoganand ji went to America, Yukteswar Giri ji actually kind of, I will not say uh, stopped interacting in those times. Anyways, there was no communication possible. There were no phones. There were apparently, I'm talking about 1920s. The communication was through only letters, and that also used to take months for a letter to reach from India to America. So Yukteswar Giriji, after sending Paramhans Yoganand, preparing Paramhans Yoganand for America, actually mentally dissociated himself from Paramhans Yoganand ji. And that's a sign of a true guru. That is a sign of a true guru, because true guru will prepare you for your path. A true guru will never make you work for him. These days you find so many gurus, they and what they do, They actually make their followers, make their disciples work for them in their ashrams as their employees. And they tell their disciples, they tell their followers that leave all the mohmaya, and they make them work in their ashrams, and they actually make them worship them. So I'm very clear on this, that a sign of a true guru is who will give all the freedom to his follower, who will give all the freedom to his disciple to choose his own path. He will show him path, but he will not control his disciple. He will not make, he will not intimidate his disciple that you have to worship me. So no true guru will call himself a Sadguru. No true guru will say, I am the ultimate guru. Only my path, my chosen path will take you to the truth. So coming back to Paramhansa Yogananji, so yes, he comes from the lineage of gurus. Now there's one more guru, Aurobindo Ghosh. Now Aurobindo Ghosh's journey is very interesting. Before he embarked on his spiritual journey, he was a political activist. Uh, he was, he was part of Mahatma Gandhi's struggle for independence. And during his years as an activist, uh, he was uh, he was in jail for a few years, and during his time in jail, he had this spiritual awakening, and he used to read a lot on Swami Vivekanand and his lessons, and of course, and also Bhagavad Gita. So Aurobindo Ghosh didn't have any formal guru, any physical guru, but he considered Bhagavad Gita and he considered Swami Vivekanand as his guru. Swami Vivekanand was had left for his heavenly board by then, but Swami Vivekanand's lessons was his. He considered those lessons as his guru, and he has also mentioned in his autobiography that he considered Swami Vivekanand as his guru, and he had a vision of Swami Vivekanand and Swami Vivekanand guiding him through his divine vision during his time in the jail. So you see that, eh, I mean, starting from Parshuramji to Aurobindo Ghosh, we have spoken about so many revered masters, so many gurus, so many spiritual beings, and each one of them had their own path. So you can't compare one journey to another journey. And the what's the most beautiful and unique part of spiritual journey is that it shouldn't be compared. There is no comparison. Every person's journey is unique. Every person's experience is unique. I am not saying that guru is not required. Of course, you need guidance. Of course, in order to even reach to your inner guru, in order to reach to your soul, in order to connect with your inner Shiva and Shakti, you need guidance. Very few, very few are those who are born with this divine grace, where they are, the divine helps them in walking this path. But otherwise, most people will require guidance. It also depends what you are seeking. It also depends what your path is. See, spiritual journey, again, the yoga, um, is of multiple types. Whether your path is of seeking knowledge, which is Gyan Yoga, then of course you would need a guru. But if your path is the path of devotion, if your path is the path of bhakti, if your path is the path of Guru Nanak, Mirabai, you don't need a guru. You don't need a physical guru. Why do you need someone to mediate between you and Shiva, between you and God? That's a direct line between you and God. You certainly don't need a guru. That's a path of surrender. That's a path of devotion. That's your path. You need to walk on that path. And if your path is the Raj Yoga, the path of Dhyan, the Kriya Yoga, then yes, you would need certain guidance. You would need certain, uh, you know, help. Again, if you get a guidance, if you get a guru, it helps in your journey. It makes your journey, maybe, a guru will certainly help in accelerating your journey. And if you don't get a guru in a physical form, you don't have to worry about it. You will still be walking on that path. You will still reach where you are meant to reach. Remember, the universe is helping you. You won't be even starting this journey if it wasn't meant to be. You won't have even started, you won't have even thought of starting a spiritual journey if it was not meant to be. So, when you are meant to be on this journey, the universe is helping you. The universe is inevitably will make you walk on this path. So, the summary of today's discussion is that yes, while guidance is required, but don't restrict yourself that you can't walk on this path without a guru. And don't land up in wrong hands. It's okay not to have any physical guru, but it's okay. It's absolutely okay because your true guru is sitting within you. You have to go inside you. All the knowledge that you are seeking, all the wisdom that you are seeking, all the truth that you are seeking about yourself is right there within you. Go within yourself. Of course, if you are if you are seeking occult knowledge, then certainly. But then occult is not spirituality. Let me be very clear. Occult is not spirituality. And one guru I missed mentioning is Osho, the philosopher, the great philosopher, and a controversial one. Apparently, from what he claimed, that he got enlightened at the age of 21 and he didn't have any guru. Though he is mentioned, he was a highly read philosopher, he was a highly read person. Uh, I think he is mentioned that he has read about 5 lakh books in his lifetime. I won't be surprised. But his claim to be enlightened is disputed. His claim to be enlightened is disputed because, as I have always mentioned in all my videos, that any person, any master who claims that I am enlightened, the first red flag, that means he's not enlightened. When the I is there, wherever there is I, there is ego, there is ahankar, and you can't be an enlightened by having that I, by having that aham, that ahankar. Unless that ego dissolves, you can't be enlightened. And any enlightened master will not make his followers or his disciples address him as Bhagwan. So, uh, again, as I said, that when you are searching for Guru, the first place that you need to search for is within yourself. And then just leave it. Just surrender. Just surrender to the guru within you. And if the guru within you feels that you need external guidance, you need a guru in a physical form, then believe me, the at the right time, the right guru will come to you on his own. You must have heard this: when the disciple is ready, the guru comes in. Again, don't get into stereotyping of gurus. That is another problem. People have this mad idea, this stereotyping of gurus, that guru has to be an old person, an old man with a beard, with this white beard. Please don't get into that stereotyping. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about Ashtavakra, Ashtavakra Gita. I mean, this is one of the very highest, I would say, highest level of spiritual books. Ashtavakra Gita by this saint Ashtavakra. And Ashtavakra Gita is a dialogue between the saint who is just 12-year-old and with eight deformities in his body. That's why his name is Ashtavakra. This 12-year-old Ashtavakra gives the finest knowledge, the wisdom of the highest order to Raja Janak. So, this is a dialogue between Ashtavakra and Raja Janak. And Raja Janak considers Ashtavakra as his guru. So, now imagine if Raja Janak would have thought that I am a Raja and why should I take knowledge from this 12-year-old boy who can't even walk 10 steps properly. So, in order to gain knowledge, in order to reach your truth, you need to first dissolve your ego. Then only you will be able to, who knows the right guru, who knows the guru is right there in front of you, who knows the guru is right there in your own family, in your own circle. But because of your ego, because of your I, you are not able to recognize that guru. And yes, the guru doesn't have to be a human only. Guru can be anything. Guru can be a book. Bhagavad Gita can, for some, Bhagavad Gita can be a guru. Like Sikhs consider Guru Granth Sahib as God, as their guru. So for them, their guru is Guru Granth Sahib. So guru can be anything. Guru in almost everyone's case is their life's journey, their struggles, the setbacks, the learnings. They are also your guru. The life itself is a guru. Again, to summarize this, all I'm saying is that keep your heart open. Our problem is that we keep our mind open. We let our mind gaze everywhere. We let our mind, you know, be everywhere. We have given too much freedom to our mind and we keep our hearts very close, very tight. Unless your heart is open, you won't be able to get the guidance. You won't be able, even if the right guru comes into your life, you won't be able to see that right guru. So keep your heart open so that you can get the right guidance. And the right guidance is sitting right within you because your heart is the place where God resides. Your heart is the place where the truth resides. So you need to open, you need to keep that open so that the right guidance, the right guru can come into your life and can help you in your spiritual journey. Thank you.